This pair of Yeezys right here is $265. I think that's a pretty good investment for a pair of shoes, don't you? Or instead of getting the Yeezys, I should get this Jon Boat. Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy, and today I bought myself a Jon Boat. So here we have it. Here's our 12-foot aluminum Jon Boat. It was less than a pair of Yeezys. Not sure how old this one is, but I was able to get it with a title, which is what you want, and because that way you know it's not stolen or anything. And it also came with this little electric trolling motor right here. Little 14-pound thrust. Let's see, what brand is it? It's a Sigma. Don't know who makes that. Shakespeare makes that. So it's old, but it works. And because the previous owner, he actually hooked it up to a battery and showed me it working all different speeds. Apparently, I guess it's got multiple forward and reverse speeds. We'll play around with that in the future, obviously. So it's got two handles back here on the transom. And there's some, looks like they've been like siliconed, replaced piece of wood back here, so the whole transom has been replaced. Got a couple of, these are oar holders right here, and then a handle here on the front, down here, and there's one little loop that's been attached to this thing at one time, and that's it. And the previous owner of the title, when he got the title for this thing, he got the title back in, I think 1997 or 96. So he's had this a long time. And it's in just fantastic shape. And actually, I'll show you underneath too. One of the wear areas of these kinds of things is right here on the bottom, because this is where people drag them when they're bringing them out of the water. And you can see there's a little bit of shine right here, but it's not in any way thin or worn through. These welds here all look original from when this boat was first built. There's a little bit of a dent there, a couple other little minor dents and dings. It's aluminum. A couple minor blemishes I'm fine with. It's the slightest little bit of corrosion right there. But all these rivet spots look great. They don't look like they're leaking. And they look original. And every bit of dirt or anything that's on here is just very minor. So this thing looks really, really good. So you might be wondering why? Why did I get a Jon Boat? I have a nice big boat, but why did I get a Jon Boat? Well, the last video I made where I talked about the cheapest new boat that you could buy, I mentioned that I'd prefer to buy a small boat and how I'd love to have a little Jon Boat with a little motor on it. So there we go. The other big reason for me to have a Jon Boat is, or another boat, is because A, I like boats and I want to keep boating as much as I can. B, my big boat is all winterized. It's got an inboard-outboard motor. I made a video about winterizing that, and that wasn't any fun. And in the winter, if I want to take this boat out on a nice day like today, it's January. See how nice it is out here? I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. If I want to take this boat out on a nice day like today, I can just take it out and go out there, spend some time on the water, and when I come back in again, just flip it over or come back on land. I just got to flip it over, right? Rinse it off, dry it off. If I use an electric trolling motor, I just pop that thing off, stick it in my garage or in my house or wherever, and I'm done. There's no winterizing or anything like that. So this is a no fuss, no muss, no worry situation right here. Now, it's an aluminum boat, and that's the bottom of the boat, so that's going to be cold if that water's cold. And obviously this boat has never been messed with. I don't know if you noticed or not, but there are no holes for where seats were mounted. There's not a bunch of other carving up and things added to this and brackets and other sort of stuff. This thing's pretty much as pure as the day it was made, which I think is really, really cool, because if I choose to, I can keep it just like this. Or if I choose to, I can fix it all up. Some people will make wooden platforms on these and make compartments for storage. Other times people will mount seats to these cross members. Sometimes they're raised up seats on pedestals, sometimes they're just small seat cushions that rotate for fishing and stuff. Putting on rod holders, all those kinds of things. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with all that sort of stuff, or if I'm going to do any modifications to the boat. I believe I have a paddle somewhere. Let's see if we can get this out on the water and check it out. So, getting ready to launch the Jon Boat on its maiden voyage. I've got it all loaded up with gear. Trolling motor battery. Stole that battery out of my big boat. It'll work. Paddle. A seat pad for my kayak. A crate of safety equipment. So we got my life jacket in there. A fire extinguisher, you know, for my little electric trolling motor. Some other safety equipment that's necessary. Got my trolling motor. Got a rope. I even have a spare rope in there. So I've got some things loaded in here, and so far I don't see any water coming in. So we're getting ready to take our maiden voyage here. So let me untie my rope. For all of you who do lots of boating and have had Jon Boats for years, I've never been in a Jon Boat ever in my life. So this is going to be interesting. I assume I got to get my feet wet to launch this here. And that's okay. Even though the water is quite cold. All right, I'm stepping in the boat. We're in the boat. So far, we haven't sunk. So if I walk a little farther forward, I probably can get off of the edge of that ramp there. Let's see. I'll put my other safety gear here in the front. And let me walk toward the front of the boat. And all right. I am standing in the boat, and now I am sitting in the boat. So to start off, to cast this off here, I'm going to use my paddle. Let's try to put this trolling motor on, shall we? And now I'm turning the boat to head on out. We're Jon Boating. Let's head on out of the marina here, shall we? Right now we're running on low, which I like. Nice and slow. Ooh, it's nice out here today. We don't want to get too far out to sea. We're going to go up the creek a little bit, away from the river. All right, let's give this thing a bit of a speed test here, shall we? here we are on high. And let me show you. The boat is completely dry. Here's my battery all hooked up. Here's the back area of the boat, completely dry. There's no water coming in at all. So it's a sure lot quieter running than a gas motor. So this trolling motor has 14 pounds of thrust, which seems to be moving me around maybe 1 mile an hour. I could definitely be walking faster. However, we're on the water, so I can't walk on the water. All right, so this thing's doing great for its first sea trial. Don't think I need to get a complete marine survey done on this boat. It seems to be checking out just with what I'm able to know and deduce here right now, which is it doesn't leak and the motor works. So I think this boat's a keeper. I'm really liking it right now. Of course, we're still in the honeymoon phase. This is its maiden voyage. All right, well, it's time for us to put the boat away, but I think that's a successful first voyage with the boat, and I'm very happy with it, and my amount of investment is very, very small. Remember, less than a pair of Yeezys for this boat with the trolling motor. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Here's a video selected just for you and a playlist of similar videos. Stay safe out there on the water.